Dean of the College of Arts, Culture, and Scientific Inquiry. So welcome. We're going to give you a little bit of information today and then also give you the opportunity to talk one-on-one with faculty representing all the wonderful degrees that we offer in this college. The College of Arts, Culture, and Scientific Inquiry might be a mouthful for you. So you might think, well, I know the arts part. I know that, but what's the culture part? And what's this scientific inquiry about? And you can, as you can guess, it's basically a forward-looking structure. And what it is, it's going to deliver to you a whole range of unique and solid programs that revolve around what we have as 4 different departments. Okay, so stick with me, and I'll take you on a little journey about what the college entails and what we have to offer you. There are multiple degree options in minors and majors. We also have certificates with interdisciplinary options. So there's a lot of ways that you can find what it is that excites you and to move on to your next professional steps in your life. So CACSI, as we lovingly call it in our community, is 4 departments, as I said. And the first one I'll recognize is the Department of Anthropology, Sociology, and Psychology, where you can get degrees, independent degrees in those 3 distinct disciplines. You can also get a Bachelor of Science in Social and Behavioral Health in that area. We also have the Department of Art, History, and Philosophy. In art, you can study art history, studio art, and that includes art education, ceramics, graphic design, painting, photography, printmaking, and sculpture. In that department, we also offer the BA in history, and where you can study not only general history, but get a secondary education degree to teach history. We also offer the BA in philosophy, where you can study general philosophy, or if you like, you can study religion, law, justice, and society. And we also have another department, which is called the Department of English, Film, International Languages, and the Performing Arts. And in this department, we offer not only the BA in English, but a secondary ed track. So if you want to teach English, you can study in that program. We have a BA in Foreign Languages and Literature, which encompasses a wide range of languages. You can study French. You can study French to be a French teacher. You can study German, Spanish, where you can also study to be a Spanish teacher. We also have a marvelous music department, and in that music program, we offer composition, music education, as well as music performance. And that pairs nicely to a wonderful degree program we have in theater, a BA in theater, where we've also offered a new degree option, which is a Bachelor of Fine Arts, where you can focus on either performance or design and technology. In that program, we also offer what is called a Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies with a pathway in film. And what that means is it's an interdisciplinary, sort of an independent way for you to study the art of film from 2 different perspectives, choosing from a wide range. You have 6 different tracks you can choose from. And we ask that you select 2 areas. And many of our programs contribute to that. The bulk of the degree is from the programs here in the College of Arts, Culture, and Scientific Inquiry. And we also offer a program, a Department of Mathematics, Science, and Technology, which has a whole lot of programs for those of you that are interested in the STEM fields. We offer a Bachelor of Science in Biology, where you can study general biology, you can study to be a professional, or you can also look at a secondary education track in biology. In chemistry, we offer an American Chemical Society certified track. So you can study in that track, or you can choose from their business track, their professional track. They also offer a secondary education track. We offer the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. We offer degrees in Geography, where you can study things like environmental sustainability, human geography, physical geography, and a very popular major right now is Geographic Information Science. We also offer a general degree in Geology, either as a professional track or environmental, and a Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics, where you can study applied mathematics, statistics, actuary, or you can be a secondary education teacher in the area of mathematics. And finally, we do offer a wonderful degree in physics, in which you can study general physics or take their business or secondary education track. Now, If you didn't take notes, no worry. We will always send you this information or the details of any of these programs at any point. All you have to do is in the chat room, type your address, a phone number. We can also text the information to you if it makes it easier for you. There's also options in engineering studies, and you'll be hearing a little bit about that later on. So you're probably joining us today because you want to find your place, right? You want to find what area, where am I going to fit in? Where am I? What is the right place for me? And I think that you are in the right place, because what our college will give you is opportunity. You can explore the arts. You can explore scientific principles and theories, the social sciences. You can study alongside research faculty who are active in their labs, or you can work with them in their areas of research by developing studies or papers or performances. And then at that same time, you can explore your own major, pulling from a wide variety of the programs that we offer. You can match them up so that you can bring things together that interest you. An example would be, so you love music, but you're leaning toward the study of math. Why not do both? Why can't one complement the other? You love to draw, but you're leaning toward computer science. Why do you have to select one? Why couldn't you do both? And that's the kind of opportunities that our college offers you. So I want you to think about that. I also want you to think about some unique opportunities like certificates. Now, certificates are something you may not have heard about, but we have several certificates in this college that are ready to go to offer to you. You can take these alongside your majors. Certificates in, for example, cultural heritage management, data science, forensic science, global and comparative studies, microbiology, public history. In sociology, we offer you tracks to study or certificates to study diversity, social services, science research skills. We also offer now a certificate in musical theater. This is a joining of the music and the theater programs. And then finally, biology and geology offers a wonderful opportunity for you to study stream restoration. So you're here today to find your dream college, and I hope that you'll allow us to be that dream college. These are just a sample of the many, many, many things that we can offer you. Now, the college also is the home of science labs, field trips, live performances. We have art galleries, and it's also the college for personal growth, community building. There's a lot of options in this college for you to explore. Another important value, I think, at UWG is inclusiveness. So by joining our college, what you will get is you will be with students and faculty from diverse backgrounds who, like you, really enjoy thinking critically and learning constantly, collaborating with others, developing writing skills and interpersonal skills. So think about all I've said and stick around, because you're going to have wonderful opportunities to talk one-on-one. But I'd like to stop here because I've thrown a lot of information at you, and I want to hear from you if you have any questions for me.
Dean Gagnon, I was just going to tell you that we've got a nice crowd, folks in the chat box. We've got folks from South Georgia, from Atlanta,
Terrific.
And one person from Florida joining us. So thank you all for being here. So questions, feel free. You can put it in the chat box, or you can unmute and feel free to ask. In the meantime, what I might ask Dean Gagnon is, what are some of your personal favorite things about West Georgia? What are some of the things that you like about West Georgia? You've been here a while.
What I like about West Georgia, well, let me mention that I've been here for over 30 years, and that tells you a story right there. I've chosen to stay at West Georgia because I'm so happy here, and I know what the opportunities are for students, and I love working with students. And I would say what makes it unique is sort of my own experiences with students through the years, and that is faculty really like to have one-on-one relationships with students in terms of their research and helping them achieve their dreams. We use a fancy word in higher ed for that. We call it experiential learning or high impact practice. You'll run across that in reading the literature for colleges. And they'll talk about that. They'll say, you know, you won't just be in a classroom, you'll have opportunities to work one-on-one with faculty. But I think that this is something that UWG really offers and really delivers, is that opportunity to have that one-on-one with faculty. That's a great thing to think about when you're selecting a college. I'd like to ask another question then of all of you is what are you looking for? What is it that you're looking for in your college choice?
Dean Gagnon, I was going to say too, while you ask that and folks think, a question in the chat box is, my son may be interested in dual majoring anthropology and foreign languages. At what point would the student meet with an advisor to see which areas has AP and college credit?
Right, when they come on, the first time they become a student at West Georgia, they will have a meeting with an advisor who will walk them through everything. You know, one of the things that I think we're really trying to accomplish on a regular basis here is taking care of any problems or concerns that students have from the minute they hit the ground. And we have a new Momentum Center, which is designed as a one-stop shop. In the old days, a lot of times when students had multiple things to take care of, financial aid here, academic questions here, they might have to go to multiple buildings or multiple places. Even outside of the COVID-19 crisis, which throws us all into this virtual world, of course, we have developed and opened a new center on campus, which is one stop, literally one place to go where you can sort of take care of all the little things that you need to take care of. But definitely you'll be working with an advisor from the time you start. And those are two great programs to join up, by the way. Anthropology and international languages is definitely a great team up right there. Other questions?
Wonderful. I know there's more out there.
Terrific.
Let's see.
Come on.
Yes.
Nobody's answered my question yet of what they're looking for in a college. I hope somebody will.
Quiet group. You know,
we're comfortable with you being quiet, but if you were here in the classroom, eventually we would want to hear from you, and it's important to hear from you.
Are there tutoring hours?
Oh yes, we have tutoring in both the math and English labs, and they offer a lot of one-on-one with students. And it's not just other students that are working in the tutoring lab, by the way. We have faculty that volunteer their time and work hours in both of those lab environments.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Any other questions? I know there's got to be more out there. Are they available every day, including the weekend?
Yes. Yes, and you know, the library also has an online service where they give you research help all the time. And you can go into a chat with a librarian. So there's just a lot of resources at West Georgia.
What tutoring hours do we provide here? That's a good question too.
I don't have the specific hours in front of me, but I do know that we make them available to the students' schedules. So those late at night questions that you have, if our writing center, for example, can't answer directly, they'll give you a resource that can.
Now the questions are coming in. This is great.
Terrific. Some more.
I'm interested in graphic design program. What is the teacher-student ratio for that program? Let's see. And then also too, I'm looking to expand my knowledge with the arts since sculpture is going to be my major. All right, that's wonderful.
Yay!
Mark is on the meeting with us. Mark, I didn't know if you wanted to kind of speak to that as the program coordinator for art, or if you want
to. Sure, I can speak a little bit now, and I'd also encourage you, if you are interested in those, to join the Art Live session, which is coming up in 15 minutes, where I'll talk in more detail about that. But I'll just say, generally, in our art classes, the student-to-teacher ratio is really small. In our freshman level classes, you probably expect 18 to 20 students in a class. By the time you get to the senior level advanced classes, you're generally talking 10 students per class. So it's a really small ratio, and there's a lot of direct access to teachers. It's one thing we pride ourselves in the art program is the easy access from between students and faculty. And that can also go to address that tutoring question too. In art, it may be a little bit different than traditional tutoring for English and math, but we do have an open door policy where students are always welcome to bring their issues to us.
Thanks, Mark.
To add to the tutoring though, let me comment on the supplemental instruction program that we have on campus. And that comes out of our university college. It is not specifically in our college, but it supports all the other colleges and all the programs on campus. And supplemental instruction is simply, there is a tutor that sits in your class and then is available, that takes the same class with you, has taken it before, been very successful, but you can also have one-on-one with somebody who's actually successfully finished the course and knows a lot about the course that you're in. So that's sort of an added component.
Dean Gagnon, there's a few more questions in here too. One, is there a sample schedule of the classes that you can take? Haley is asking about the fine art program, but it sounds like folks are asking about program maps. Can you talk about program maps a little bit?
You can get that specific information from every program that you want to look at. A very, very detailed look. In some cases, you can even get an updated 2-year rotation. In most cases, we will have all those available, but you can look at the program maps, as we call them, which is for your journey, actually. So think of them as a map. This year you take this, and that's a prereq to the course that's you're going to take your sophomore year, which will prepare you for several courses that you'll be taking in your junior and your senior year. So these are designed by the faculty to make sure that the curriculum makes sense and it flows for you. Each individual rep today can talk about those specifics for you if you stick around.
And I was just going to say too, thank you, Dean Gagnon, but a few more that have come in. For Sebastian Lee, you should look into the English program and check out creative writing regarding your comment. And then for Cameron and Emmanuel, I would encourage y'all to join the what we call the MSAT, the Math, Science, and Technology live session that's going to be happening at 2 o'clock right after this one. There you can talk with computer science folks and folks from the geology, earth science pathway. There'll be professors in that live session from those areas too. And then this is for April Burke. I think this is a good question, Dean Gagnon, but can you tell more about the college's focus on diversity and inclusion? How do we incorporate these initiatives into class? And can you talk about how inclusiveness works in the Carrollton community?
Those are great questions. Before I go to that question though, Sebastian, I want to mention to you, keep in mind that the English program is launching a creative writing track. As a matter of fact, they're developing a Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies pathway in creative writing. So the opportunities in creative writing actually are increasing beginning next year in the program, in the English program. So when you talk to the rep, be sure to ask them about that new program in creative writing, okay? And good luck to you. I think that the comment I made about the diversity and inclusion is related to the fact that in the last 10 years, I've seen some real shifts and changes at the university. You're welcome, Sebastian. In terms of the focus on diversity and inclusion, and some of the things that we offer are, for instance, some master's level scholarships that come out of our college and go directly into building diversity in graduate programs. And there are lots and lots of programs that have specific coursework that is related to the topic of diversity and inclusion. We used to have an office specifically designed for diversity and inclusion, but our new president has chosen to take a different route, which is to infuse across campus rather than having a centralized location for that. And I can guarantee that you'll, no matter what curriculum you'll take, there will be an opportunity for you to discuss issues of diversity and inclusion within the actual classes that you take. And of course, when you are looking at your course schedule and developing your course schedule, not only alongside those courses that are alongside in your major, but even outside your major, you'll find that a wide range of courses are offered in the individual programs, as well as opportunities on campus, by the way, the extracurricular opportunities on campus that are offered by our Student Services Unit. Other questions? Those are great. And as you all know, we've lost Clint for a minute there, so I'm going to monitor the questions here. You're very welcome, Evelyn, and let me know if you have any other questions. Before we move on to the individual programs, just remember that you can email either myself or Professor Samples, who was here earlier, at any time if you wanted more information, if you were confused by anything. And I believe Clint has joined us again. Clint, I was just wrapping them up, but letting them know that that they can reach out to you or I individually. My email is an easy one to remember. It's just pgagnon@westga.edu. But quite frankly, if you just go for Dean Gagnon in the search button on the West Georgia page, you'll find me sooner than later. And I believe Clint has his available. There you go.
And I apologize. There's nothing better than the computer shutting down.
Charlotte. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a little multitasking to do both. So are there any other questions before we move into the individual rooms and our wonderful reps here today, who I appreciate taking time to talk with you. They're eager to talk with you and to share with you some of the details of these fabulous programs. Other questions?
I was just going to say, Dean Gagnon, for the other sessions, they'll have to log off and then go to those individually,
Okay.
those 2 o'clock ones. So this one won't continue. It'll be a separate Zoom session. So I just want to get back.
Sounds good. They're used to that. I'm sure students, you've been doing breakout rooms online longer than I have. I'm sure you've got that technology down. Other questions?
Going once, going twice.
You know, if you were here live, right about now is when Professor Samples would be throwing free t-shirts.
That's true, yes.
Just so you know, because that's usually what we do is we throw out the free t-shirts and say, if you ask a question, you get a free t-shirt. So I'm throwing out a virtual free t-shirt. Anyone has a question. But again, that's why we have this. I have no questions left. Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you.
I'm glad that we were able to address yours. And so I just urge you to go into those next rooms in the areas that you're interested in and explore, use that opportunity to talk to our individual faculty members that are here. These are people that teach in the classrooms, administer the programs, and know a lot about the experience that you could expect by majoring in one of their programs. So they're really the ones to talk to today if you're interested. And again, I hope you give West Georgia careful thought and consideration. I think it's a wonderful place. I love interacting with students, and we miss the students, of course. We don't have as many faces and bodies on campus as we're used to, but I will say that when it is COVID-free and this community is alive, and when we're all together, it's a wonderful place to be. I walk across campus. I'm on campus a lot, and there's always something going on, no matter what time of the day or night. There's always student groups up to something, doing something in the general quad area, and it's just a wonderful thing to see, because we're not only just our academic programs, we're the community that we build, and it's a positive and wonderful community. So I hope to see you in the fall. Are there any comments or questions? Clint, they have our contact information.
They do, yep. And feel free to reach out, and we'll put you in touch with the right folks. And I would just encourage folks in this virtual environment, if you get a chance, come drive to our campus. Our campus is beautiful, and if we can kind of give you a personal tour at some point, let us know. We'll be glad to set that up. So thank you.
And I wanted to mention, speaking of tours, we are still doing tours. They're every day, they're separate times. They're very, very small. They're typically limited to 5 people, so we are following all safety precautions, but come on out to campus and see us.
All right. Barring any questions, I guess we can wrap it up, Dean Gagnon.
Thank you again. Thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, faculty. Appreciate you taking the time. Have a great day.